Welcome in once again to the Yugioh Fresh Off the Press community, where we analyze the current posts, trends, and forecasts of the Yu-Gi-Oh markets. We're here to feed that endless, eternal Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watch cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we're going to have a special guest in the building, in town today. Man, I'm excited. Can't wait to give him up, man, in just a moment. But before we do, don't forget we're giving a 5 Billy giveaway. You know, in tomorrow's video, we'll make the announcement, so stay tuned for that. All you have to do is just comment in today's video. Down below, just leave a comment. What did you think about the special guest? The video, what we talked about, just anything you want to leave down there. That's all you have to do, and make sure that you're subscribed right here by clicking that bell to stay tuned as well. It really does help out. Destroy the like button. Helps out the channel with the algorithm. So do all that fun stuff. You're in. Stay tuned for the giveaway. Fresh Friday feature is today. I'm stoked, guys. Make sure that you can come over here and check the previous ones out as well. And then the link tree description down below. Make sure you check it out. Our socials, Discord, all that good stuff. And shout out to Haver. Haver had me on his podcast. Wow, we had a blast. We discussed so many different points about Yu-Gi-Oh and all that good stuff about content creating. That was a blast. You can come here, click here, show some support. He's almost at 1K. Let's get the man to 1K. He's doing an excellent job, and I had a blast on there on the podcast. If you're on a commute, you have some free time, make sure that you guys check that out. All right, the moment we've been waiting for. Let's bring in the special guest, the one and only. Let him introduce himself. All right, he's in. Let's get it.
So who's this wild guest? Because I'm kind of excited to meet him too.
Oh man, you too, man. That's a good one. Welcome.
What's up, guys? Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, and we're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watch here.
Let's go.
If you guys don't know who I am, I do Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watches as well. What I also like to do is Yu-Gi-Oh news videos. I do live streams as well because I love when people ask me live Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watch questions. I did the stock market and still do before I started doing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So I kind of bring some of that knowledge into my Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watches. I also like to throw some deck profiles, either Edison or regular, some openings, all that. But you guys, if you guys like fresh off the press, you're going to love my channel. So come along over on my channel. Hit a sub. We're almost at 4,000. I've been doing a giveaway once or twice even every week. So there's some free stuff. I'm giving out some Dark Magician sleeves I know in one. Some Duel and Lockbirds. I'm going to give a Ghost away probably for 4K, and I think I know which one I'm going to give.
Wow.
So come on over, subscribe, all that jazz.
That sounds exciting, man. Look, I'm gonna subscribe with my personal account as well right here, just to show the boys in the community. Guys, subscribe with the personal channel, with your YouTube account. If you've been living under a rock, what are you waiting? Yo, this is your boy Saki, man. He does such a great, job with the market watches, as you can see on here. Constantly uploading videos. They're very entertaining. Some of them are long, some of them are short. They're just right, that balance, right? He does an excellent job on over there. So make sure you definitely check him out. And I'm so grateful with Saki, man. He brought me onto his channel via live stream, a couple of weeks ago. And we had a blast over there as well. So it's always fun to collab with Yugi tubers. And yeah, man, I'm excited to have you on, Saki.
Thank you, my man. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. All right, so let's get to the 3 main pointers of the day. Usually for the Fresh Friday feature, I have people on from the community, in this case, yourself, a Yugi tuber. And I just want to hear 3 pointers about Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe the current meta or the ban list or the WCQ, just anything that you want to dip your toes in today's episode.
All right, I got you. Well, I want to kind of dive into Sky Striker a little bit here.
Okay.
Because this is a very hot topic deck. Like, people will complain about Sky Strikers, but you've had Dragon Link being playable or meta relevant for even longer. You've had stuff like Burning Abyss. People still complain about Invoked, which is just so funny to me because Invoked is like the fourth best, not even third best, like 4th best fusion deck. People still complain about that.
Yeah.
And I find it really interesting that players, they more care about cards showing like the freshness of what they're playing against rather than the actual power creep. Now again, Engage to 2 is kind of wild. Multi-roll at 2 is kind of whatever. I've never been a huge fan of multi-roll, not because it's a good card, don't get me wrong, But nowadays, unlike when Dark Saviors came out, it feels like a win more card. Like if I get multi-roll on the field, I'm already in a winning position, and I could just kind of abuse it in a way. If I have to search multi-roll out, usually there's something better to search out. It's very kind of odd how multi-roll kind of acts. I like to also just play it for the first effect, mainly how they can't respond to your spells. It's amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But the engage to 2 is very wild because there's a combo where, now granted the game is very fast,
right?
Where what you do is you're able to add engage off Shizuku.
Okay.
So what you could do is you could Hayate, send an engage, Kagari, add the engage, and then Shizuku end phase. Instead of activating engage on that same turn, you add another engage. So you have 2 engage for your follow-up turn, which is absolutely
That's crazy.
nuts.
That's insane.
Yeah, Duel is definitely a must-have card. As much as I love Sky Striker, even I have to admit Engage 2 is a little crazy just to, sell off an alternate art, which looks amazing, by the way. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, those are good points. Those are good points, man, about a Sky Striker, unlocking it to 2. A lot of people, are scared. Oh, Sky Strikers are coming back. We're tired of them, things of that nature.
Thankfully, Harp Horror is still banned. I mean, imagine if they gave us 1 Harp Horror. Oh, man. Oh, Locals round 1 is going to be shivering. Yeah, dude, when you're at Locals and you go round 2 as X1, your X1 opponent with the 1 Harp Horror. Ooh. I mean, scary stuff. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is, man. Look, Harper, I know a lot of people have stacks, of these just waiting to get off the list. A lot of people thought it would be this time around, but I mean, look, still 6 Billy cards. So,
Harpers and food in my household.
Yeah, there you go. You see, so you're definitely one of those guys ready. Honestly, ironically, I don't have these, you know what I mean? It seems like an easy investment. Everyone thought it would pan out in this ban list, but probably by the next. I mean, but one of these Orcus, man.
So let me actually talk about ban cards, if you don't mind. We could go to that second thing, actually.
Okay.
Go back to Harpor.
All right, let me look it up here. Yep.
When it comes to ban cards, they are really, in reality, the one true investment that is pretty safe. Because when Harpor got banned, we have a rare and we have a super.
Yep.
It's very rare for Konami to reprint a ban card, but when it happens, it's something like, say, Delinquent Duo, right? Where they're not going to bring back Delinquent Duo. Where you're pretty sure, again, Konami, right?
Right. Right, you never know, right? Exactly.
But they're not going to reprint, say, like an Archetype specific card like Harpor, right? So whatever holographics we got from OTS 11, I believe, OTS 11, is what we have out there now. I told people to get these at $1 because they know how Eternal format, aka Toss format, how popular it is. This card will go up and slowly but surely. I told people it's a great dollar investment. Go get 2 or 3 places, right? Sink about $10 into. I say invest a Happy Meal in it, and it'll pan out. I ended up getting a lot of these for $1, and if you scroll down, you see at $5, right?
Yep.
It's because when a card keeps going up and down and gets bought out, then not bought out. Yeah, copies come back to the market, but the more times a card is bought out, the permanent stable price of the card, it's not going to keep going lower and lower. It's going to keep going higher and higher because not everybody's going to put their card back on the market.
That's true.
Cards get damaged, the loss, people want to play them, whatever, right? And when it comes to banned cards, like say this card and Electromite are 2 amazing examples. Every time ban lists happen, they get hyped, they go up in price, and then they go back down, and it keeps happening all over, but they don't go back down to their original prices. Like Harpor right now is $5, right? Maybe you could see a few copies hit the market for 4s temporarily, sure. But if you got these at $1 and you're like, well, the card never came back, maybe I should get out. Well, you got, say, 6 copies for $1.
Right.
Now they're 5. 6 times 5, quick maths. That's 82. $82.
I mean,
$30.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good.
Yeah. That's you want to be up. You know what I mean? That's what 5-6x a copy, and who knows? I could see this card. Wait, right here, horror for 10 billies down the line, like you said, and that's easy money. That's easy money because, like you said, supply is not going to be coming back in anytime soon. Who knows with Konami, but it's not likely. And when this thing gets unbanned, 15 billies is easy. 10, 15, easy money, easy.
I'm gonna go 25. I'm gonna stick to 25.
No, I agree with you're probably right. I just always mention the conservative conservative price, you know, so I'm be like, oh, 2-3x from the current prices. Okay. But yeah, easy, because this is the only holographic. They look clean, and I'm glad that you're definitely sitting on these, just like a couple people from the community here. Electromite, same deal, was spiking up heading into the ban list, and now, you know, it's here at around 15 a piece. Same thing as you said, these used to be 5-6s forever. No one cared about these, and now they're 15 solid even after the ban list. So those are great points you make. Same with Delinquent Duel. It recently got a reprint with the anniversary edition and all that, but other than that, like this card, I don't see it coming, you know, like soon this year or whatever, like an additional reprint, because these are, and this one is hard to get too, so it's just not, there's no easy access Delinquent Duels as well. But on your Sky Striker point, exactly, engage back to 2. That's why we've seen this spike up in price recently. If we clean this up janitor style, like I always like to say here on the channel, 20 Billy still, that's 20, man, as we can see here. So it's up there in price.
That's kind of cheap, honestly.
No, it retraced. Yeah, we see here it reached what, it was like 40s or 50s or something. The chart doesn't reflect that, but yeah, that's a retracement right there. And then Hayate, this is a card that you've been speaking on forever. So give us your thoughts.
So for Ultimate Hayate, just very quick before we go to Hayate, I'm just going to finish the second point with the ban list.
Oh, okay.
If you're wondering when the best cards time to get banned cards, it's usually a month and a half after, basically in the middle of the format, because nobody really looks at banned cards until Yugi tubers start talking about it, or as like a support gets announced, right? Like if like Yang Zing support got announced, right? It doesn't matter where we are in the format. People are gonna look at Denlong on the balance and be like, yeah, that's coming back to sell the new Yang Zings, for example, right?
Yeah.
So always look in the middle of the format to figure out kind of what you want. As for Ulti Hayate here, now this card is a 2 or 3 of. Currently, it's a 3 of in the builds I've been seeing. When we had Hulk, it dropped to 2 because we were able to put access code very easily on the board. But just like Kagari and Shizuku here, it's an ultimate rare. Shizuku was about 160, Kagari was about 200. But if you click on Ulti Hayate here, right? A card that is worst case scenario 2 of, max 3 of. This card, scroll down for me here. 24 listings, 43 going up to $50 here.
Yeah, this is a 0%er, so you know it's really 40.
Yeah. That's why I put verified on always too.
Yeah,
so 45 to 48.
Yep.
Yeah, 21 listings, right? I talked about this card when they were 27s here, and I told people when Kagari was around 150, 160, if Kagari could be 150 to 200, Shizuku could be about the same. Hayate can easily go up to 2/3 of that, being $100. 27, that's a good price point, right?
Yeah, that's 4x.
They're finally starting to go up to 55 here, 58. I mean,
yeah, because there's a lot of one-ofs. The next wall is at around 11 copies, so that's 60. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and people are buying this. If you actually go to the
right here. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the ban list, you can see. Yeah.
Like, look at all these copies at 40 flying off the shelves. This is a card that I just feel like the Yu-Gi-Oh community sleeps on, like the hardest. By far.
Yeah, you've been mentioning this.
I actually love
forever.
its artwork. I actually kind of like its artwork the most, almost.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
This and Kagari.
Yeah, with the green too, it's really nice. The ultimate rare, how it shines.
Yeah.
Definitely have to agree with you on that one. But yeah, overall, like Saki said, Sky Strikers. I mean, Ray, I have 12 of these, you know, on standby. I see the initial spike, probably a retracement soon before that possible next leg up heading into the WSQ. Yeah. I had 9 bought place at around 30, 35s. I mean, I got most of mine around this price though, honestly. So I'm not still up in the investment. I had to see it go down a little, but only 24 listings here, you know, and people coming in. Look at that. Just today, as we're recording this, a couple of people coming in and sniping up their copies. So what do you think about Ray?
OTS 20 was, I mean, Ulti Rays, I told people the low, okay, so I said the lowest is going to be probably because you guys you have to remember it's the recent OTS pack. A lot of people are opening it. It's not like the older OTSs where they're a little more limited.
Right.
Konami's actually trying to spread a good amount of these ultimate rares.
That's a good point.
Like, because they're not going to come back again, right? So they're making a very strong push. They started this at OTS 18.
Interesting.
Because they were like, okay, we see droplets not going below 200, even though it's just released and there's locals every week. Same with like Ulti Imperm, which I think was Ulti Imperm was 16, droplets was 17, I believe. I could be incorrect. And
look it up.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, we're gonna make sure we correct it for 18. Now Ray not only has all these printings out, you know, all these copies, not printings, all these copies out there that are ultis, but it's archetype specific, right? It's not like Droplet where it's a generic card. Same with Imperm, right? If
Yep.
you're not playing Sky Strikers, you don't really need an ulti Ray. So I said lowest these are going to be around 40. I was actually a little incorrect. These dropped to as low as 28 for LP, which was crazy to me, right?
Yeah, that's great value.
Like bottom 30. And I was like, wow, okay. I mean, that's really good for Ray. This is probably the lowest it's going to be. I still think 45 is good. I ended up getting mine around 40 or 50.
Same here.
I think I bought them at 40 when they were 50s, and I called it a day. Or 40s when they were 60s, maybe even. I don't remember. And I have, I think, 5 or 6 of these overall. I have the 3 I play with, and the 3
of course
in my thing.
Exactly.
To be honest with you here, I still need to go to OTS 20 and pick up a lot of stuff. I have like 6 or 7 Spirit Reapers. I pulled every single one, mind you. Like that. No, I pulled, I think, 1 Ray, 1 Aluber, and
that's nice.
7 cherries.
No way. Yeah, cherries. Yeah. Let's go. You have like 50 of those, man. That's crazy. The Reaper whale, they call me, but who knows? Who knows if that investment is going to pan out? But I really like, your analysis on Array. Definitely still a good pickup. I see these at triple digits down the line, as that main deck ultimate rare from OTS Pack 20. So
oh, absolutely. Plus, this is the OCG's like favorite deck.
Exactly.
Like I would argue that heavily.
Exactly. So I definitely see the potential. That's why, I bought 12 of these, just letting them there marinate there like fine wine, like I like to say. And, we'll see what happens with regards to that. But yeah, your pick with Hayate. I also like the Prismatic Secrets, more budget per se. You see that spike on the chart now, the demand coming in. This is one that, I have a couple of play sets there because I really like. Look, only 17 listings. Wow. And for first eds, 13, man, this card has demand. Like you said, with the OTs, look, it's a $6 card. Wow, this was 2-3 billies not that long ago. So yeah, the demand for Sky Strikers is here, like Saki said. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, so your third point for the day?
Third point for the day, that's Yu-Gi-Oh related.
Yes, we went over Sky Strikers. Second was Banlist.
Third one.
Yeah, third one, it could be about...
How about when to sell a penny stock? I think that's a really it kind of ties to Harp Horror as well. I kind of like to tie my points together a little bit.
Of course.
Totally didn't make something up on the spot.
Of course.
But when to sell a penny stock? Now, a lot of people... Now, I ended up making a lot of money off a card called Blazing Masquerade.
All right, let's look
it was the branded card from Burst of Destiny. Now, these are now dollars or $2. But if you guys have been playing when this card was at its height, these hit up to 40s, $50.
Which one? This one? The Ultra?
40s to 50s, yep.
No way, bro. That is insane. That is insane. Yeah, I know. It doesn't. I know what you mean. It's probably like a little bit before it was probably up here, so it makes sense. Yeah, I get it. That's crazy.
And I was selling these at 20s to 30s to 40s.
No way, Saki.
And what? Yeah, no. And what I did was, when it comes to a penny stock, the reason I sold them at 15s, 20s, 30s, and 40s, because I started offloading them lower, is because you have to be careful not to get too greedy with your penny stock. Now, we're looking at like $1 something.
Yeah, $1.24. That's
penny stock. Sometimes I go up to 2 or 3 personally, but
yeah, usually when I talk about penny stocks, I like, 5 billies and under usually, even though it's not technically, $5 you're stretching it, but I just like, $5 and under. I think a $5 card is not that expensive per se, you know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead.
So when you get a card at $1, it's best to try to offload them when they like hit, say, 3s to 4s, right? You don't have to go crazy. If you actually have reasoning on why it's going to go higher, you can go with that reasoning. It also depends on how many copies you have. If you have like 9 or 10 copies, well, that sounds like a lot, retrospect. It could be, but let's say you have like 80 copies, right? Spend $80.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And with the shipping, if you're getting, say, on a website, even more. You want to cash out and at least go neutral before anything, right?
Right.
So when you see them, say, hit 3s to 4s, you might be like, well, I could start offloading them now. Like, at least a play set at a time or something.
Exactly.
Don't get too greedy. I got too greedy with Diabolos, and
same here.
When I got them at $1,
same here,
and it did not pan out the way I wanted.
Same here.
That was not great.
Yeah, let me look
I thought they would hit I thought they'd hit like 6, 7.
Same here.
They maxed at 4s.
Yeah, exactly.
After buyouts and all that, right? That's
Man.
what the stable price was.
Yeah, right here, as we can see with the charts, max of 5s around there. I bought them at Billy's as well, just like you. I'm like, oh, this is going to 7, 8. I'm selling them at 10, and then the market was like, nah, man. Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes you misread things, and it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah, it's good to show this angle of investing. Like for the most part, we're plussing, we're making profits, everyone's having a good time. But of course, there's cards like these where things don't go right per se. We overanalyze or get a little bit too greedy, and then we're caught holding this bag. But the card is banned. I'll just add it in my band binder, whatever, and it looks nice, and it's a numbered card, so I don't mind holding on to this one. But certainly get where you're coming from,
And just to add here very quickly.
Yep.
By the way, these at like quarters aren't even awful. I mean, it's just a quarter, right? So
yeah, you got
you
one
want
here,
a couple copies just to put in your band binder, go ahead.
Yeah, that looks nice.
This card's at least not going to get reprinted, I'll tell you that. Are they going to bring it back? Not for a certain amount of years.
Right,
sure.
right. That's too much, as we can see. But yeah, like you said, only 3 printings is not bad. At quarters, maybe 2 quarters a pop. It's good just to throw it in that band binder and just let them marinate there. You just never know with Yugi and Konami, you know what I mean? So I definitely agree with you with that third pointer. All right, so from my end, I just wanted to ask you before we get to the 3 last questions for the day. I wanted to talk a little bit about Denco, Seca, and Trap Eater just to get your thoughts. I'm gonna give my thoughts first. Honestly, with Labyrinth running rampant around, excuse me, I believe Denco is a great option to have in a side deck. Personally, I mean, I don't know if I'm excited to see the first couple of tournaments after the ban list now, heading into the new month and things of that nature, to see how people are going to adapt and adjust. Because in top 64, even though it was pre-ban list, obviously, there were a lot of labyrinths. That's why we're getting the labyrinth buyouts and things of that nature. But it's a card that I would keep in mind. That a card that was 7, 8 billies not too long ago, retracing back down to the mean on an uptrend here. I would honestly at least get a playset at 3 billies. That's $10 $10 a playset. Honestly, if you guys, this is definitely one to keep in mind, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna let you chime into that one. But before them, Trap Eater, also, as we can see, pumping, going parabolic. Look, it was a billy, 2 billies, and as we can see, a clear spike off the lows into 7 and 8 billies. You have a deal, but 0%. So again, 7, 8 billies already. Only 13 listings. You do have supers from the OTS, but this is the ultra rare max rarity from Legendary Collection 5Ds. Really love this card. Also is good against traps. So let me know your thoughts on these.
So for Denko Seca, I actually remember when the ultras from New Challengers were like 30 a pop.
That's crazy.
And I used to play it in Shadal, and it was so great because you shut off everything, and then you could just either El Shadal Fusion into Construct and Battle Phase. I love this card a lot. In fact, can we look at Ultras real quick?
Of course, this one, right? From the OG? Yeah, okay, of course.
Yeah, OG.
Yep.
Now, I ended up getting, so there's only 19 listings, but if you go first edition here, very quickly.
Yo, that's crazy.
11 listings.
Yo, that's insane, Saki. That's not a lot, man. Wow.
And OGs, they quickly go up to 4s. It's not bad.
Yo, and then if you put near mint, look at that, under 10 listings already. Wow, that's a good one.
Now, I told people to get this at $1 because this card, when it comes to back row heavy decks, this is definitely one of the best sides because what they have to do when this hits the board, they must Solemn Judgment it, essentially, right?
Yeah, they must. Of course.
So if they're playing a deck that has Solemn Judgment, you normal summon this. Either number one, unless they're bad players.
Yeah, of course.
Either if force a Solemn Judgment on this, which if you get rid of Solemn Judgment for this card. Now, I know life points don't matter, but 4,000 is still 4,000. That is a really good trade for you. That is extremely good.
That is.
The card is definitely good in certain formats, like people said, against Labyrinth. A deck that doesn't deserve to be hit, at least right now. I think the same thing for Runic and all that. Runic at least Labyrinth has tops. Runic doesn't have anything really without Naturia.
That's true.
Naturia got hit. I don't know where Runic goes from here until they get their new support.
Right.
Because we're not seeing it at top tables.
Yeah, you're right.
But hey, Labyrinth forgotten. Man, I really want to have 2 penny stocks for the day now.
That's a good one. We'll slide it in. We'll slide it in. No worries.
Okay, go big welcome Labyrinth.
All right. Let's start in with the first one here. With big welcome Labyrinth.
Also, Denko sold at 7-8. Okay, so I told people in a 5-card Savvier trade binder, which is a series I do once a month. June's
Okay.
is probably going to be next week, by the way. I
Interesting.
tell you guys 5 cards to invest in, big or small, whatever I feel like some of the best cream of the crop.
Nice.
And, you know, it's usually we call buyouts. Now, there are 5s right now. I told people to get them at, I think, $2 to $3. It was one of the 2 numbers. I can't really remember right now. Now, this is a Photon Shockwave Ultra Rare. I believe our Megatins are going to reprint up to Darkwing Blast, which is Darkwing Blast being the set for Photon Hypernova.
That's true.
When the Labyrinth cards get reprinted, because they're including Tactical Masters in there,
They
people
are.
are going to be like, well, I got all my Labyrinth cards, but Big Welcome Labyrinth, because that was one of the only cards on the tin. What do you guys think is going to go up because of that?
Ta-da!
Exactly, right? They quickly go up to 6s as well, so...
Yeah.
The other thing, and just to add, I gave this example about Flu as well. We got the reprints announced for up to Burst of Destiny for our 2022 tins. I said, hey, all the Flu stuff is going to get really, really cheap. Besides, I believe it's called Advent of Adventure. It's a Battles of Chaos Ultra really quick. I'm actually really glad you're searching it up because I think it's, okay. Advent of Adventure. Okay, good.
Yeah, you were right.
This card, I told people, get it around like $10-ish. I think it could go to 30 because it's the only card not going to be reprinted in there because they didn't include Battles of Chaos.
And it did.
People thought, oh, dude, max $15. You're on some bullshit, blah, blah, blah. This card peaked at 32.
It did. Look, right there. As you can see with the chart. Charts don't lie, man. So that was definitely a great call. Exactly from Battles of Chaos that we didn't get these in the
if you know,
tins.
Yeah. Once you see a archetype get reprinted, you need to figure out. You have to see, oh, what card do they use that's not getting reprinted? Because people are going to gun for that, right?
That's a great connection.
It's a very good rule to have.
Yeah, that's a great connection that you made. And the same thing is happening right now. And you're pointing it out. Yeah, I remember you talking in your videos at around the lows here of 2 to 3s, honestly. And that was a great pickup then.
Pre-sold for 12 to 15. Exactly. I could see it sell at 8s, 9s.
No, you're right. And now it's spiking back up due to the hype. So I really like this one. You know, that's a great call you're making. Honestly, I want to play the deck too in the future. So who knows? It's not 2s or 3s, but maybe now is a good time. You know, take advantage of these 15 right here. Get me a playset. I might do that soon. You know, listen in to Saki's advice and then make the necessary moves. How about Trap Eater? What do you think about Trap Eater?
So for Trap Eater, I like this card. It's a weird gimmicky side deck card, kind of in a way of XYZ Encore, where it shows up maybe once a year for something. Now XYZ Encore finally had staying power when it came to I believe Cashier and Pearly, and you know it's kind of stayed. But when it got bought out before, because XYZ Encore has been bought out like 7 times.
Yeah.
Like it's right. Unironically one of the best cards of Judgment of the Light. I said that with that aged like fine trash. Like no, it aged like middle-aged white women. Yeah. Right. This card still no reprint. Not even as a comment in OTS.
Yo, man, that's a good one. Yeah, as you can see, they were Billies, man, not too long. As a 15x still, that is insane. 27 Wow.
Exactly. Now, Trap Eater is kind of similar in that way, where it's a buy low, sell high type of card.
Right.
I went over Ultras at $3, right? $3 to $4. I said, hey, you know, the Ultras are 3 to 4s. It's not bad if you want to get them. You know, they did go up to 7s, basically here up to 10s. But I said, if you want the super rares from OTS, and I think back when it first came out, I said, you know, if this is a card where you could just put in your bulk for now and not get rid of it, you know, if you want to grab, say, you know, 10 or 12 copies, it is an OTS super, mind you, go for it. You're wasting like $2.50. Now, I did this with OTS 20 Super Ancient Organism because I always thought that card was good. And that card went to the fucking moon.
Yo, that's a good point. I actually bought like
it's
6
also
of these
one of my
9s.
favorite, probably a top 10 looking favorite trap card when it comes to ultis, because it reminds me of Alien versus Predator. Yo, I fucking love that.
I love that. I really like this this artwork, yo, that you make. And I had this card, you know, I sold into the hype, ironically, around 4 or 5s. Now they've retraced back down at around billion and some change, but they quickly go up to 2. So yeah, this is a great one too, you know. This is a great one. Definitely a great investment.
How much are supers for Trap Eaters? Can you take a look?
Of course, that's a good question, man. I just focus on the max rarity, but let's see how far into the. Oh, look at that chart. You know, spiking from. Let's see, the lows were 15 cents, and now these are. You have a couple of deals here, but it's almost up to a billion. So man, it's coming up.
Call a buck, right?
Yeah.
After like 2 listings,
Yeah.
essentially.
It's a
If
buck.
the
You're
card
right.
starts seeing more play, it can hit 2 or 3s. You got them at quarters. That's amazing.
That
right?
is. That
Like
is.
keeping it realistic. Now, I want to add one of the cool things about Trap Beater is that it is a level 4 tuner. We have Angel running about. So I believe Chaos Angel's level 11, right? If I'm,
Yeah, I think so. We can double check here. Chaos
I have it
Angel.
right next to me. So.
Yeah. Right here. Yeah, we have what? That's 5 and that's 10.
You
I
could
think.
just go show more. I'm
Isn't
not
that?
gonna count.
Isn't
I
that?
can't count.
Oh, okay,
Yu-Gi-Oh
we're
cards.
right
Can't
here. Yeah, I
easily
think it's
count.
10. Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
okay, it's 10. Okay,
Yep.
so there are certain decks that could use this with the Trap Beater going to this card, right? You never exactly know, but the overall point I'm saying is this card, you get rid of a floodgate, say, on their board, some type of trap, and you still have a monster extended. It's a 1900 beat stick as well, so
That's
beats
not
over
bad.
the lower labyrinths, I believe. It's okay.
I like
it's also a fiend, doesn't really do anything right now, but
Yeah, but the tuner aspect to it, yeah, it has like double whammy per se. You get rid of a floodgate and then you have a tuner on board. You can bring this dude in and, go on from there. So definitely we can see the hype, the demand coming in, pushing this up to a buck and the other one to 7, 8s, 6s. So definitely one to keep in mind. All right, so I appreciate your 3-pointer, Saki. Moving on to the last part of the episode. Today's just 3 quick questions. I'm going to start off with, is there any one thing that you would change, just constructive feedback about the channel? Maybe certain new content you would like to see on the channel in the future and things of that nature.
So, first of all, you're doing an amazing job. You hit almost 1,200 subs. In what?
In 3 months, yeah. No, it's 3 months, yeah. 3-month anniversary, yeah.
That was 3 months,
Yeah.
a month ago. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 3.5 months.
Yeah.
Really amazing, right? Absolutely great.
Yep.
You definitely want to do a little bit more content that's like a little diverse. Obviously, market watch content, it's really popular. You look at like the bigger Yugi tubers, don't get me wrong here, but there are players who will like look at a market watch channel, like including my channel. I'm gonna use me for example.
Of course.
And they'll be turned off where it's like, well, he does news videos, right? And yeah, he does some openings, right? But it's mostly market watch stuff. Do I really feel like seeing his stuff in my feed?
I feel you. That's a great question.
The thing is with Yu-Gi-Oh market watchers is that you do have to be good at them to like stay relevant with them. Like I've seen a lot of people do try market watches and fail.
Right.
And it's not bad, but you do a fantastic job. I just say it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just some extra stuff. Like I still throw some deck profiles here and there. I do some openings here and there. I do Yu-Gi-Oh news and my own discussions here and there. And luckily, I have an audience that loves me enough that will check out my other stuff. And you never know what's going to be popular. Like if you go to my home real quick, you're just going to look so stupid.
Yep.
One of my most popular videos. They're not my they're not my market watch.
You're right. Look at it right
Even
here.
3 months ago, look at that. Sky Striker deck profile, 4.4.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, 3 months ago. Yeah, you're right. And you're right. You don't see like any market watch content here and there, your most pop. And that's what we're known for. And that's what we do. So that's some great insight, something that I definitely been looking forward into, to implementing into the channel. I tried it here and there with a couple of videos on the channel. So it's something that I'll definitely continue to work on and that I definitely need to implement it into the channel. So I really appreciate that insight, showing evidence with your own channel, your popular videos and things of that nature. So that's definitely that
You never know what's going to be popular.
You're right. You never know what's going to pop off.
Truly have zero clue.
That's true. It's all
You are
about
not, you are not sell data until you look at your popular tab and be like, wow, this is fucking stupid.
You're right. It's your most popular videos is what you don't
right?
think.
The third one specifically, that one upsets me, right? Because after that card came out, I was still getting views on that. Right?
That's crazy.
Because that's
a good
to this day, in fact, that's like 6 fucking K. 6, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a horrible video for the time I was at my YouTuber career.
Right.
But I remember when the card came out, I was at it was about 3,500, 3,800. I was like, and it still kept getting views. And I'm just sitting here like, the card's been out.
Yeah, like it's already out. Why people still viewing this?
Go watch something better.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But like you said, the algorithm is crazy. There's people out there watching all sorts of different type of content, and that's what we have to get to. Okay, we have our market watchers, things of that nature, but it doesn't hurt to slide some fresh off the press content, and mix things up for a bit. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate. Oh, you noticed that? So that's a good one.
Pretty fucking lame as a joke, but you know what? I enjoy the puns.
Oh man! All right, let's get to the second question here. What is your penny stonk of the day?
I mean, you have it up there, so you already know what.
All right, so here it is. Let them know, Saki.
All right. So, I had Shooting Star Dragon here because I took a look at this for a 5-card Sega trade binder, and I always noticed how low these listings were. Now, before we got reprint Brothers of Legends, every Shooting Star was like above $10, like double digits, like 12, 15, 18, right? And all of that. Now, these secret rares look very nice. It's 2010. I always think it's 2009 for some reason, but it's 2010. It must have come out early 2010. And this card, it's about 13 years old. It is it's not technically a Signer Dragon, I understand that, but it's built off a Signer Dragon. The Shooting Star Dragon. It's used in the anime. It's a fan favorite. It's a secret rare from a tin that is 13 years old, so light play or higher copies, very hard to grab. If you go light play near mint and then verified here.
Yep, right there.
For me. 54 listings here. You got them at about $1.50 here, kind of going up already a 3-4. So if you get this, let's say like $1.50, they're 4s now. That's not bad. This card will slowly but surely climb back up to say around $7, $8, $9 because a lot of people are looking at these tin dragon synchros here, like say Stardust, Black Rose. Now, while these were always worth something, they've been going up to the moon recently. Something I'll probably cover in my market watch coming up because of Edison format. Now, Shooting Star Dragon, it's not used in Edison format. I'm not going to try to sell you some gimmicks. A lot of people are going to look at all those bots and be like, what other like tin promos that are really hard to get in good condition are there? They're going to look at Shooting Star being like $2 to $4 here. They're going to be like, wow, that's really, really low. As well as history repeats itself again.
That's right.
Very, very cheap. It's also kind of safe. Because no matter how many times they reprint it, we only have a certain amount of these beautiful secret rares on the block. If you look at OG Shooting Stars, actually, for me.
Yeah, of course. Let's pull that up real quick. Verified sellers, first ads. Let's see, right there, 33 listings.
Yeah, that's not that much. When I talked about this card, I had around, I think, 55.
Wow.
Around 60.
Wow.
And these were about like $3-4, right? And while you still have some light plays at a little cheaper. The near mints are at 8. So if you got your near mints at around 4s, $5, I think it was, that's not bad. And if you go to the next page here, because there's not that many left. And remember, Star Strike Blast, not many of those out there. Quickly goes up to a $12, $13 card, kind of back to what it was at. It is the original print here. The reprint from Brothers of Legends, people really like sold all their listings and bought into this card's gonna be worthless, we should get rid of it, which was absolutely ridiculous. But it's a win for me and you here. It's not that I don't think that this is a bad penny stock per se. The issue is that Brothers of Legends is so overprinted that it's gonna be a forever till this goes up. I mean, granted, you want to get say like 28 copies right there at 19 cents, right, and just check in a few years. Like if you're like me and you like to check cards in quarters for years, yeah, I guess you could go ahead and do that. But there's a lot of these out there, a whole lot of these out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I actually have a stack of these just put away. Why not? Like you said, it's too cheap. Just forget about it. Yeah, I really do. Really yeah, like you mentioned, only 4 listings overall up until now. Even if it gets a reprint, the higher end, they're going to always retain that value, like Saki said. And yeah, I mean, honestly, this is what the ultra rares. These are still cheap.
Oh, you can buy like 30, 40 of the reprint, by the way, and just use that as coasters.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's
a lot of damaged copies, mind you, but
Yeah, of course.
Oh, 20 of chuck away. 20 to put my drink on. I mean, I get to look at a cool car.
Right.
Coffee down on it.
Why not? I mean, it is cheap enough, to go ahead and do that. But I like your pick today. I mean, you can see it's in a clear uptrend for the past couple of months here. It's a hard card to get already. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of pages here and there, but like you said, it's just hard to get. So why not? People coming in, as you can see, the demand here. A couple of people coming in and just getting their copies now. And you just never know when people are going to sneak this in, and with synchro support coming out and things of that nature. I really, really appreciate your penny stomp.
It would be a combo lane with this, but I wouldn't rely on it.
Right.
I mean, you never know. You never truly know.
Right.
Like why a card will go up. Sometimes you'll just be right for the wrong reason.
Right.
That was me with the little Yang things, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Yang Zings are pumping up just real quick.
Yeah, I
Here.
was like, oh, you know what? These are like 50 cents. They've never been reprinted. Like I'm looking at like BN, Suwani,
Yeah, all of these. Yeah,
and
being here.
the water one as well. I had
Yeah,
as well
where
as a
are
little bit
you?
of spell, but
Where's the water one? Probably in page 2. But
it's
yeah,
worth
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I mean, all of these are, look, right here. Yep. Great Yang Zings, you know, and they're still cheap because they're not using specifically these yet. But you just never know, right? Once the first tournament comes out, if they slide this engine into one of those decks, then these cards start popping off. So definitely
Yeah,
once.
it went up because
You
of
know.
the Denlong Yingzi. They have a combo with Denlong. That's why
Exactly.
they went up in class.
Right.
I thought they'd announce Zing support eventually or bring back Denlong.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
was
And
more looking at Yang Zing support, and they never did.
they never did. That's crazy. Yeah. But they were like, okay, we didn't bring additional support, so let's just release Denglong back to 1. So that's
They
definitely
released UA
crazy.
support before Stellar Knight and Yang Zing support. I can't.
Yeah, that's Konami for you. That's definitely Konami for you. All right, the last question for the day is, what is your favorite one thing about the channel?
Your voice.
I just
Like, I
gotta
can
laugh.
listen to that voice to fall
Man.
asleep and just be calm.
The boys over
Right.
there at the Semi-Limited podcast, man, they say the same thing. That's why they brought me on, you know, with you that one time. And then the episode before, they're like, man, I could just listen to you talk about anything, man. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, man. That's a good one. You're just pretty blatant, man. Your voice, that's it, man. That's what I like. The favorite thing about the channel.
I'll throw a second one in. It's not hard. I like you.
Yeah.
So sometimes when it comes to like I have a bit of an ego, right?
Right.
A little
Okay.
narcissistic, right? You gotta be a
Yeah.
little cocky, right? A little bit of pride,
Right.
But because I like myself, if I see someone who's similar to me or has my same drive, I'm automatically kind of like them.
Right. I feel you.
And when I look at your reasoning, like when I first found your channel, like you were talking about like Caius, right?
Yeah, I
Super-
remember. Yeah. Caius, yeah.
I was like, he says the same things as me. I literally couldn't even add on. I'm like, he said it perfectly.
Right.
How much are these hitting at? Well, $2 is still not bad for this card.
Yeah, it is. Long term, these are cheap, man. I got them around like Billy's and a little bit under, but yeah, long term, I really like this pick. Like I said back then, and we still say today, you're right. But yeah, you're right. I mean, when we find people that we can relate to and that we have a similar thought process and mindset, you know, you're naturally gravitated to each other per se, where we can do collabs and, you know, we're the same in that sense. So, man, I really appreciate your feedback, man, and your thought process. I love your channel too. You know, you had me over there on the live stream. We had a blast. And yeah, I definitely look forward to, you know, continuing to do collabs every once in a while. You know, you can pop in here. I might be able to pop on over there and, you know, just have fun. Just discussing with the Yu-Gi-Oh community. I always have a blast doing collabs. So
Oh, for sure, bro. Plus, I'll be honest, sometimes I just get tired of hearing myself talk. Even I do. Like, I love myself. I don't know how they do it.
Right. That's so funny. That's a good one. But yeah, definitely, man. It's always good to mix it up. I really enjoyed, you know, the collab today. Just all your thoughts regarding your penny stonker today, the channel, and your 3-pointers. So, you know, it's been a pleasure to have you on, and I definitely look forward to the next time, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. Any
Remember,
last
hit that
thoughts?
like button, subscribe.
Yep. Over here.
You know, affiliates are in the description, all that.
Yep.
Oh, I meant subscribe to Fresh Off the Press, but yeah, you can subscribe to me too.
Yep.
All that jazz. And
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on. You heard your boy Saki there. If you've been living under a rock, get out of there. You know, come outside, join, subscribe to his channel. You know, he does a great job as we discuss.
Really twice a week, mind you, but at least once a week for the market watchers. So you get a bunch of information and you get some free cool stuff. Like I know recently I also enjoy a Huggin, Runic Fountain, right? Ultras, mind you. If we hit milestones, I might throw a CR or something, like something cute.
Nice. Yeah. He's almost at 4K, guys. So, you know, he's been growing forever and he's almost at 4K. Hopefully some of you guys can swing by, subscribe and show that support because he has great content over
absolutely.
there. Yeah.
The goal is 5K for the year, but
Yep.
yo, bro, it is. We are not really like a titty.
Hey,
It is. Yeah.
it's a grind, you know, and that's what we're here for. But make sure you swing by, show him some love. He has giveaways, like he mentioned, cards, you know, that he's been giving away and things of that nature. So again, thank you so much, Saki, for everything you've done, you know, having me on your channel. I look forward to the next collabs coming soon. So let's get in the lab and make that happen.
Absolutely, bro. You'll see fresh off the press very soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, there was Saki, guys. There was the collab. Thank you. You know, I feel grateful to have him on, and yeah, it's been a blast. So I let him get out of here now. And just to finish the video, yeah, guys, we had a blast today. You know, it was fun. A lot of great cards that we discussed in today's Market Watch. Having Saki over, you know, it was great. A little bit of a longer video today, but again, you know, that's what happens when you have collabs. You have great people coming on and just picking their brain. I really do enjoy doing that today, guys. So don't forget to subscribe. It really does help out the channel. If you made it this far out into the video, you guys are the straight MVPs, man. Don't forget to click that bell. It really does help out with the channel as well. And none of this content is any official financial advice. Is for entertainment purposes only. All right, guys, let you guys get out of here. I had a blast today with Saki. It's just too easy. Let's go, man. Shout out to Saki once again. Make sure you swing by his channel. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description down below. And yeah, man, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support, the comments, the likes, and everything. Hopefully you enjoyed today's content, today's video, the collab. Hopefully you appreciate it. Make sure to leave comments down below. And it's your boy Jay from Fresh Off the Press signing out. Thank you so much for your time, for your support, and for your attention, and hope you guys have a good one.